What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. What are we gonna do tonight, Dre? The same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world. So, we got a bunch of new minion types and expanded our training facilities, or in the process of training, or expanding our training facilities. I swear I can speak. But, we've also got a bunch of other things that we can do. I mean, we're working right now on interrogating a socialite.
Task complete.
So we just finished training him, or interrogating him, and we got our socialite trainer, so that's going to give us new socialites, which are going to be far, far better, and we do have our big, loud, annoying casino set up. We're researching a few traps in the meantime.
A new tier of research has been unlocked.
Alright, so we just unlocked a whole bunch of new traps. Slippery floors, bubble cannons, laser walls, and giant magnets. Anyway, here's laser wall. Yeah, I love the little in-jokes and the meme culture jokes. But we're going to be going with our distract as our next research once we get the proper research bench to do it. So we have 40 power, we have a lot of power. So let's go in and pop up a data bank or two. Now we don't have quite enough room in here on that side. Wow, I swear I can push the buttons properly too. So we'll throw down a data bank there. I'll give us one of them, and we'll have two whiteboards still. And we still have to gain the investors on the world stage. One of the things that we're going to be doing in this episode, I believe, is we're going to be going after some of the extra ones, or the extra henchmen, crime lords that turn into henchmen. Now, Man with the Silver Gun's pretty awesome for a little bit, and then he kind of wears out. I haven't actually gotten Ace up the sleeve yet. iRoboticist gives you your computer as a person, so it's one of the starter ones. So we'll have to deal with that as it goes, but we're going to let our people train a little bit while we're going on. Let's check out the world map while we're at it. Bringing in some gold from different places, reducing heat. Yeah, gradually removes all heat. And our next thing is going to be to get these two provinces open so that we can get the investors. So to do that, we're going to need to expand our broadcasting center. Now we have 25 power with that new research terminal up, and now that it's up and running, we can actually go in and start research on the distract protocol once we have the gold for it.
A scheme has succeeded.
Alright, so one of our regions is now completely free of all operations. It's not that one. Where did we unlock that? It's the problem coming back to a game like this, and you forget everything in between sessions. It's like a little scavenger hunt. Ah, Japan. But it's going to be locked down here pretty quick, and do we want to send people over? 3 workers? Yeah, we might as well send 3 workers. It'll cut down our salaries a little bit, at least in the meantime. So what we need to do is get 2 more repeaters up. So let's go in, go to our control room. I think it's 3. I think. We're gonna need, yeah, it's 3. And that's not even. Let's take out another section of the wall. Move that down 1. That looks better. They all line up. So it's going to take 20. That's going to leave us with 5 power, but we need to get it done. So while these 3 minions are running off to kill some heat, we'll let the other guys run up and start building that facility. Now, after that, we have the ability to get stairs. And stairs is something that we're going to want to invest in, Because then we can move our power generator up to this floor
Training resumed.
for a short period of time until we can move it to the basement. But that requires a lot of hardcore stuff. But there's tons of room down there, so...
Training resumed.
A tourist! In my lair! Get them!
Actually, boss, I'm one of your staff.
Oh, good! We need a bit of class out there. Keep those tourists busy and we'll get along just fine.
Are you going to call off your guards?
Maybe.
I love how cheesy this is. Like, it's just...
Your vaults are
It's pure
almost
cheese.
full.
And it's great. Alright, so we can afford to start a research project now. It's kind of a pop-up between the Intruder Protocol... You know what? Intruder Protocol is
Research has
probably
begun.
worth more in the long run right now. We can always build a side area like right here, put a couple of generators in temporarily. But being able to
Salaries paid.
label this area as distract will help us out a lot more. Especially
I need
since
you to distract that
we have
intruder.
all of these intruders that keep
If
coming
you
in.
ever manage to find them, that is.
So we want to keep our heat down as low as possible for as long as possible. They're still
I
level
want you
1,
to distract that intruder.
so
if
there
you can
should
find
be
them.
5 of them, not 3. And eventually here we're going to have to set up a comms room for some cameras. We can put one right here that'll alert all these guards. Right, so that's going to be a fair bit of power. Jubei, where are ya?
What do you ask of you? Fear, rage, and death. I'll be there in one breath.
Alright, so with that out of the way, let's actually go in and create... Is it the armory that has... Yes, the armory has a security desk. So we'll just hollow this out a little bit. And... It's not exactly even. My OCD's kind of going off a little bit. Armory. Toss the security desk down. It's got 10 power. That'll take us down to 5. And while they're working on that, we can create another temporary generator room. That should allow us to do a lot. Now on the world stage, since we have unlocked some more repeaters, send workers to scout both of those regions, just to have them up and active. So that'll leave us with 5 power. Put a regular door there, and a regular door there. Leave that one at level 2, because minions are going to have to go in and out of it, but we don't want any, you know, good guys getting in there to screw with it. This one will set to level 3 to protect our power from any saboteurs. It is only temporary, but don't want to be too offhandish with it. And we'll be going for a lot of the science henchmen. There is one deception henchman I definitely want to get because she is awesome, but we're going to go full science as much as we can. I mean, we've only got Jubei right now, which means we'll fill this up with as many science minions as we can. Okay, so we got a new criminal network. 2 valids, 2 scientists, 3 workers. We'll send them off. then once this one lands, we'll send them off there
Research has
too.
been paused.
And that'll give us a little bit more money per few seconds too. But I just want to get those investors out of the
Research
way.
has resumed.
So once we complete perfect pitch, we can complete other things as well. Advance a little bit. We don't want to advance too
A new
far.
criminal network has been established. Research has been
Memo
paused.
getting put out there. That's good. Now we can go into here and create another power generation room.
You're running low on power. Build more generators.
We were just doing that, Iris. Alright, so now that we have a security desk up, we can go in and toss in a camera right there. It's going to cost us $1,000. That's not too bad. And then there's one space, and we'll create another door here. That's a level 3, and we'll set this at level 3. Now it'll make it harder for our minions to get in and out, but we're not using our deception minions too much. We have a massive amount of slot machines to take care of some of the agents. The second we get this camera up, what it'll do is, you saw when that agent, well right there is actually a perfect example of how she is camouflaged. Now, she's pathetically disguised, but this camera will actually remove
A scheme has
disguises.
succeeded.
And then it will also alert all of the bruisers that we've got sitting in this table here. Alright, so our scheme there succeeded. Send that for money. And then that'll be our last investor, and we'll get another little video mode, hopefully. Don't have anyone sitting at the chair yet because our camera isn't built yet.
A scheme has succeeded.
And our other scheme was just there and completed. We can send out some minions to get some money there. And then they'll slowly filter back in, get trained up. It'll work out just fine. That should set up our first camera. And now this area will be scanned as long as we have a minion on this table, which is awesome. And that'll cover the rest of our power needs, for at least a little bit.
Power restored.
Sworn we had all of them done. You're gonna have to go and get another repeater to get this one. I guess it's an investor from every area. So we're gonna need another repeater. So that means more control room. And another one of these bad boys. That'll allow us to get the last investor we need, and then we can advance perfect pitch on. Now, the problem with the iRobotus' side story is the robots that come into your lair explode and start fires. A lot of fires, and it's really difficult to deal with. I mean, we've got a couple of extinguishers running around, but I want to amp up these areas first. I want to put another door here, security camera, perhaps hollow out a little bit of this, put a guard table there. But I also want to put some traps in to make it so that it's incredibly difficult for them to get through. So we'll just wait until we get this repeater. We'll open up another criminal network. And then we will deal with that section of our missions. While we're waiting, let's just toss in another generator. to keep our power up. And we still gotta wait on more minions to come in. Sent a lot of little expendable bullet shields, valuable resources in people out a lot. That made no sense, but I'm going with it anyway.
Research has been paused.
How much would it cost us to get some more workers in almost immediately? We'll just do 3, because we have the coin for it. So we'll have a bunch of minions jump off.
Research has resumed. You're running low on power. Build more generators.
Alright, so that gave us the network we need. And we just hired those workers, so they should just turn around, ideally, run back to the helipad, and run off to go set up our last network. Or those 3 can do it. Either way works. Of course, I want to move this to another floor. Maybe not the table. Probably just move the table to, like, right here.
Power
That's going to be
restored.
tough. At least our casino is making a fair bit of cash with all the tourists that keep coming in. So I'm not too worried about that. Come on, guys. Fly off to the location that we need so you can open it up. It's nice being the bad guy for a change. Usually when we go through all of our playthroughs, we are trying to be the good guys and everything. This time, unequivocally evil. Campy,
A new criminal network
still
has
evil.
been established.
Let's get that last investor, and that'll complete that part of Perfect Pitch, and then we will be able to advance that, get a whole bunch of cool stuff, and then we can start looking at our secondary objectives again, because it should open up some new ones eventually here. Because these are just the starting side stories for everything. We can delay iRoboticist for now, and go on to the next science minion. Again, that's what we're going to be doing.
Paid.
But we're making a fair amount of gold just from our networks and all that sort of stuff, so we're good. At least mostly. Surprised we haven't set off the Rockstar, because we've got, what, is it only 2? Yeah, it's only 2, so we're good there still. We might be seeing the red Russian chick pretty quick here. Surprised no super agents have really popped up. Super agents are incredibly annoying to deal with, but you can, when your skill tree and your science is maxed out a little bit more, deal with them permanently. But there's a lot of really campy stuff in there, and it's going to be fun going anti-James Bond on them. So we're just going to have to deal with it.
I need that intruder discovered and distracted. I'm too busy.
Just 2 agents this time? Well, they're level 2, so that doesn't hurt them as much as it hurts us. Alright, construct the V.O.I.D prototype in the hangar.
Task complete.
Now, would that be V.O.I.D prototype? So we're actually going to have to expand our inner sanctum a little bit to put the V.O.I.D prototype in it. Huh, do we want to put it that way? I can move the desk over here and just expand that way instead. That's that there. And the V.O.I.D prototype Costs 10 power, so we're probably going to need more power after this. But we can put the Void prototype in there. And while we're thinking about it, let's just toss down that extra Jenny, because we can. A lot of our minions are needing food. We have a lot of food tables. I know some are dedicated to our science and muscle minions, but these three should be dealing with the other minions just as well. They cost 2 power each, so we'll have to wait till after we get this generator up, and then we can just dump in another food table. I know, not really classy to have our working protocol and everything inside of our evil genius's lair. But for now, it'll have to do. That said, though, this area should not have anything going on
Your
in it.
vaults are almost full.
What are these, then? Ah, investors. So they've all come in. Still gotta build the prototype, so let's just speed it up a tiny bit.
You're running low on power. Build more generators.
Should have a generator going up here pretty quick. Alright, so the prototype's up.
Research has been paused.
We can demonstrate the device.
Your vaults are almost...
Yes. I cannot think around these fools.
So that means all of our investors should be going there.
Research has resumed.
I think.
Your vaults are full.
Yeah, so that last investor should be running over to... Well, let's drop the security on this door to level 1. But this investor should run all the way over here, and then have our Void prototype be demonstrated. We got guard posts and giant fence. Now, the regular guard posts are actually pretty terrible. The advanced guard posts are a lot better. I don't even have any reason to put down the regular ones. The reason why I held off building out this way is so that I can build a hallway down and use up this space too. We can expand this way if we need to later on. Joe Fang, you're missing out on all the demos, dude. Hustle it up. At least we're being productive this time. We're gonna need to expand our gold vaults here eventually.
Task complete.
Alright, so now we have got to present at our conference table.
I'm thinking.
So our genius should come in at the head of... Oh, the center of the table. That's incredibly cool. I like these little easy side missions. Not too difficult. Yeah, Spend your money in our casino. Don't worry about anything else there, Mr. Singh. Just need to wait for the investors to be impressed. Really love it when it happens that way.
Task complete.
Alright, so the last thing we gotta do is gather our void data on the world stage for this.
Rest is always part of my genius.
Alright, so let's see. Where are all the void data? Of course, in a region we don't control. In a region we don't control. Are any of them in regions that we do control? Apparently not. So what we can do, we don't really need the gold right now.
Your minions are in combat.
Minions are in combat where? A void worshipper. Huh. Their mind has been scrambled by Void's presence in our lair. Okay. So we killed off these two criminal networks. Yeah, Brain, thank you for catching up. So we can scout those two out. Now, I don't want to get rid of any Patriot ones. It's easy enough to swap them around this early. Later on, once they're upgraded, it's a bit more of a pain in the butt, but we'll just deal with that as time goes on. We'll just use the facilities we have right now to expand it out, because I don't really want to go in depth on making more and more power, and then another broadcast room. Just makes life a little bit more difficult. And evil geniuses are supposed to kick back and relax. And our progress on the research is halfway done. So we're just gonna have to wait on our minions to do their thing. It's gonna take a lot of scientists and technicians to do this, though.
And
We only have one technician trainer and one scientist trainer.
salaries paid.
Thinking maybe we should look into tossing down another technician and scientist trainer. So let's toss the power in first so we know that we're going to have it. And our training room. Where is the technician trainer? There it is.
A new criminal network has been established.
Toss that down, and we'll just toss another scientist trainer down there so they can train up a little bit faster since we're using them a whole hell of a lot. So we need 3 technicians, and we only have the 1 right now. Perfect. So let's just speed it up just a tiny bit.
Research has resumed.
This should be our training apparatus. Well, one of them might be our power. While I'm thinking about it, though, what are we using for technicians? We have 4. Let's just add a couple on there, a couple on there, 1 more on there. Oh, he drops it down and immediately goes to training on it. Perfect. And then speed it back up again. The faster these guys train up, the faster we get back to collecting our void data. Even though the fast forward sound is really annoying. I get that it's supposed to be an old school magnetic tape, but still. Then the minions' voices go from campy to really, really frustrating. Alright, then we'll just be waiting on technicians.
Research has been paused.
Alright, so that'll take care of 2 of the Void datas. Still got a little bit left for this week, so let's see if we can speed it up and get all of our Void research done. There's one other territory that has nothing going on.
A scheme has succeeded.
Alright, that's 2 Void datas down.
Research has resumed.
Just need one more technician. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Your vaults are almost full.
Bam, there we go. And those 3 technicians can bust out and
Your
get that
vaults
done.
are full.
Alright. What do we have for traps that we can do right now? Giant fan. Well, eventually we're going to want to install one of those pointing this direction to keep bad guys trapped down here. To keep them trapped down here, and then we can deal with the fires as they come up. But we'll be going with our other science henchmen as soon as we have access to them.
There have been some unfortunate side effects during demonstrations of Void.
Well, nothing works perfectly right out of the box.
Being exposed to a flood of other people's opinions seems to make users angry. They're turning violent.
Perhaps a little fine-tuning then.
Alright, so defeat
Feel
5
my
Void
wrinkled
worshippers
fist.
in the lair.
Your henchman is in combat.
Yeah, that's 3 that I see immediately.
Your minions are in combat.
Alright, so it's just these 2 left. They should be
Your
taken down
minions are in combat.
by our security forces. There's a lot of Void minions. And we gotta clear the investors and then
Your
have a minion
minions
use the
are in
Void
combat.
prototype.
Training has stalled.
But we need those technicians pretty badly
Something
at this
is
point.
wrong with either the minions or the training room, boss. Training has stalled.
We don't even have a medbay yet, do we? No, we don't. I think that's gonna be the next thing on our list of things
Research
to
has
build.
been paused.
Need those technicians
Something is
trained up.
wrong with either the minions or the training room, boss.
Oh, we do have a medical facility. Just a small one. Let's have a minion use the Void machine. Only scientists that can use that? Scientists and workers. I'm guessing this dude right here is running all the way down to deal with that. And then we just gotta cure the investors on the world stage. And hey, would you look at that? We can actually just send 6 guards to deal with that right away. How many guards we have total? 6. So that's going to wipe out all of our guards too. But I don't want to expand our minion capacity too much too quickly because that ends up in bankruptcy and really screws with me. Okay, so I guess it takes 2 minions to use it? Weird, cheeky brainwash emotion device.
Salaries paid.
Alright, that's not too bad. We can start recovering from our little excessive spending spree shortly. And we'll have one of the investors cured as soon as those guards head out there. Now, where are the other ones? That'll take a couple of scientists and some valets, which isn't bad for us. If you haven't noticed yet, the icons represent the type of minion that you send, or the overwhelming type of minion. In this case, it's mostly valets. Same here.
Task complete.
Got a scheme working there currently. Alright, so we've got Void used, and that works pretty well. Now we need to get these
I
guys
need you
out of
to
here.
find and distract that intruder.
Are they the only two? They're level 2, but that doesn't mean there's just 2 of them. Which is why we need this research to finish off, so that I can just designate these 2 areas as distract, and then they'll walk in, automatically get tagged with distract, and then we can get them out of there. And in only a couple of days, we do get Mass Effect Legendary Edition, so I'm looking forward to jumping back into one of my
Research has
favorite
resumed.
sci-fi game series of all time. It's just awesome. Oh, look at that. We had a bunch of quests that we could finish off, which maxed out our gold. Probably should have saved those. Oops. Doesn't really matter, though. Are we able to research the next level of gold vaults? No, we can research the Brainwasher, which is awesome.
A scheme has succeeded.
And we can actually research the safe rack. So that'll be probably one of the next things that we do. Because it turns these little things into actual useful
Your vaults are
gold
full.
vaults. Now we're pretty much running happy and healthy here. Making a fair bit of money from our front of house, keeping our power up. Everything is working out pretty nicely. I think we are going to toss in another regular food bench, though. Be the last thing that we do this week. Oh, this one's for deception minions. So if we set that down, costs 5 power, we can set that to deception only. Then that should free up some other spots, like we can see our deception minions all eating there right now. If we set this up as deception only, then they'll prefer that one over anything else. Yeah, it's doing a million things at once, and being bad at all of them. Not exactly the greatest
Your
supervillain.
minions are in combat.
And another Void Worshipper. I think we might want to start setting up some traps throughout the base, especially around our key areas. Fan here with a laser wall. Once we get laser walls, probably work pretty well.
Your vaults are almost full.
Yes, Iris, we get that. So what we'll do is, as the last act of defiance against the forces of justice for the week. Oh, we are one. Oh, no. There we go. Sit down another power generator. Then we can start looking at trapping this place up. But while these 2 items are getting built, that's going to do it for this week, guys. I know not a whole lot that we got going on. I'm a little bit off this week. I haven't been sleeping very good. It's weird. But if you enjoyed the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, see yourself pop up as a minion in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.